Demon Seed.
Broadcast, you must be mistaken.
It's now, it's here.
Come on down here and help with this.
Demon Seed.
Paranormal existence.
You mean to say you came here purposely?
The first move in the great conspiracy had been made.
How many marshmallows can you push inside yourself.com? Not again, possibly could be a new YouTube video.
Yeah.
That's something.
Well, what you do, because it's all the rage like unboxing videos, isn't it? You unbox the marshmallows first and then you shove them up yourself.
Yeah. So that's
the Patreon version, you know, the free version is you unboxing the marshmallows.
Yeah.
And then if people pay you like £2 a month, they can watch you stuff the marshmallows up yourself.
I mean, just out of interest, I mean, how many do you reckon you could get up?
Well, they're soft, aren't they?
Yeah, very soft.
You could probably I reckon I could easily get 60 decent sized marshmallows up my anus.
Do you reckon? Use a drumstick because
whatever, like a pencil or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just to be better because it's got a rounded end.
That's true, because all you need to do, you use the finger to get it in and then use the pencil to get it up. 60 is that's not bad.
You can use a pencil with like an eraser on the end, a rubber we call it.
Yeah.
You use that end of it, but there'd be quite a bit of friction there. You'd have to sort of put some toothpaste on the rubber or something. I don't know.
What about this? You get a mate who's into engineering and he makes a compressed air.
Bonjela would work.
Or you cover it in Bonjela, the
pencil, rubber.
Okay.
And use that to push the marshmallows up your anus.
I'm saying get a mate who's into engineering, gets a compressed air unit with a see-through hose, and there's 5,000 marshmallows in a big see-through tank at the top of the unit. You plug yourself in and they just straight up.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea, is it?
No. I've heard worse. Yeah.
Okay.
It's got legs. Certainly got legs.
It certainly has. Can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, I'm just reading an email.
Oh yeah, what does it say?
Oh, it's about gym equipment.
It's not about stiffy pills.
No. I don't need those, mate. I got a hell of a bone.
I know, but emails these days, they're just rammed with them, aren't they?
Yeah, but you can set that to
non-stiffy mode.
That shit goes straight to spam.
So you go settings.
This is an actual email.
Oh, I've heard of that.
I'm just going to read it in a minute. You have a pipe out of it a minute.
I'm having a bit of drink and a bit of pipe. Every time my son uses the car, it comes back stinking like a filthy ashtray. Do you remember this? Do you know where your son is tonight?
Yeah.
How about this? There's Floyd, Kenny's dog. We don't go there no more, not since the accident.
I'm trying to read an email. I can use you fucking watching. What you say?
There's Floyd, Kenny's dog. We don't go there no more, not since the accident. Remember Floyd, Kenny's dog?
Yeah.
Oh, classic.
I remember the Marmite advert when he goes, have you had enough? I have. But Terry said, can you have some more?
It's Harry the Spider's coming out party. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh, class. I love it. It's great.
Does that mean he was gay, though, Harry the Spider?
I'd never thought of it that way, but there is a possibility that Harry the Spider, with it being it was the 20th century then, with it being the 21st century, it's perfectly acceptable because you can do what you want these days.
Do whatever you like.
You can do whatever you like. It's absolutely fantastic.
Do whatever you like.
I like remembering stuff. This is a great way of remembering stuff. What
remembering stuff is brilliant.
It's amazing. I mean, what other things can you remember, Mike?
This is like every local bloody radio station I used to listen to when I was gigging around the country. What can you remember anything? Phone if you can remember anything.
Yeah. Go on. Then. We've got.
This is Terry from Milton Keynes. Just said you remember to go to school. That's great, Terry. It says I love the show. I'm just decorating the house. I'm loving it. Keep up the good work.
Is that Mike? Is that Mike?
Yeah. Speaking. Yeah. Who's this?
Mike. It's Peter.
Hi, Peter. How are you doing? Thanks for listening to the show. You're through to Mike Bubbins on Solent FM. What's up, Pete?
Is it? Am I on? Is it Mike?
Yeah. No, you are live. You are live.
You're
live on the weekend special. What's up there, Pete?
I must say it's it's very good of you to take the call. I was listening to your feature on things. Do you remembering things?
That's right. That's our phone in for the day, Peter. What do you remember? Do you remember anything? Or if you do remember something, or you've heard about someone who's remembered something, then get in touch with the show. You can email us, madmike@solentfm is the email, or you can text us on 07239 621 44221. I have extra numbers in there in case you're actually trying to text the number because you're some sort of fucking moron listening to the podcast.
And I don't text. I had my fingers ripped off in a terrible accident.
Oh right, Peter. Do you remember how that happened?
Well, I funnily enough, I don't remember. I just remember
because this is about remembering things. That's the only.
Yeah. I'm trying. I wanted to tell you about Jam Roly Poly. I remember Jam Roly.
Oh right, yeah, Jam Roly Poly. Go on.
That well, it was a type of suet.
What do you remember about that, Pete?
It was it was a type of I remember pencils. I remember pencils.
Right, pencils. Yeah, oh god, yeah, I remember those.
And
I think I got a couple in the drawer actually. It's that's remarkable. Go on, Pete.
Well, I remember on one occasion I used.
That is fantastic. That is really good stuff. Yeah, Pete remembers throwing up on himself.
Mike, is that Mike? Mike.
Hi, speaking. Yeah, who's this?
Hi, Mike. It's Jimmy. I'm calling from the Whittle.
Hi, Jimmy. How you doing? Yeah, good.
I love the show.
Thanks for getting in touch with the show. What do you remember?
Funny enough, mate, I remembered a lot of things. But
thanks a lot. Take care now.
Thanks. Good night. See you, mate. Bye bye. Hi, is that Mike?
Yeah, speaking. Who's this?
Hi, Mike. It's Robert calling from Dumfries.
Hi, Robert, friend of the show. How you doing, mate? We're just having as you know, we're talking about things we remember. Do you remember stuff, Robert?
Well, funnily enough, I had to call in. I've been listening to the show for a long time now.
Right.
I've never called in before, but I actually remember things as well. I had a T-shirt.
Just goes to show, Rob, it doesn't matter where you're from or what your background is, you can remember things. What do you remember, Rob?
Well, I was just saying that I had a T-shirt.
Oh, wow.
Medium size. Medium.
Do you remember those and those different sizes? They, oh, God, it's all coming back to me. Medium.
That's right.
Large.
That's the one.
Wasn't it? Extra large.
I think we've all had them in the past. And that was...
Wow, that is absolutely brilliant. Go on.
It wasn't green, it was blue. But it was...
Really?
I've got...
Wow. I mean, if you remember a T-shirt, get in touch with the show. Go on, Rob, sorry.
Well, I was just saying that the T-shirt was very special to me because I used it to mop up the blood after I killed my family.
Right.
And they won't catch me. And if they do catch me, they won't take me alive. Thanks a lot. Good night.
Take care, Rob. That was Rob there from Dumfries. So don't forget the topic of the show today is, do you remember anything? So if you do, please get in touch with the show. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Just great, isn't it? Remembering stuff.
Oh, it's fucking brilliant.
Jammy Dodgers. There you go.
Yeah, clubs. Remember all the different clubs? Orange, mint.
This podcast.
Biscuit.
Brilliant. This is what they want.
Oh, fuck, I should say so. I don't care what they want anyway. Why do I care what they want?
Do you remember theme tunes from things? That's a good one.
Oh, brilliant.
Classic.
Yeah, remember old actors and things that were funny?
Oh, now you're talking. Are old actors whose names you can't remember, but you'll remember something to do with their face, and someone else will remember them for something else that you've seen.
Amazing. Well, but adverts for things that were slightly different than they are now.
Oh, but well, I mean,
or they don't even exist now, like a type of sweet that they don't make anymore. Or
let me just say,
go on.
You can't get a better bit of butter on your knife. Straight away.
Oh, well, we are the lads from country life, and you never put a better bit of butter on your knife. If you haven't any in, have a word with your wife, and she's better on your toast in the morning. Now,
I remember that.
I don't remember that.
I clearly remember that.
Doesn't
What
ring
other
any
stuff
bells,
do you
no.
remember? Space shuttle blowing up. Remember that? Was it the challenge?
Tragic. What a tragic.
Remember that? That wasn't so good.
No, not as a bad memory. I mean, there are bad memories as well as good memories.
Yeah. But you know, hopefully the next memory I have won't be as bad as that. So let's
Well,
try.
what's it?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Memories press between the pages of my mind.
Oh.
Quiet thoughts come floating down and settle softly to the ground, like golden autumn leaves around my feet. I touch them and they burst apart with sweet memories, etc. You know, of holding hands in red bouquets and twilights trimmed in purple haze and laughing eyes in simple ways and quiet nights and gentle days with you. Dee dee dee, memory, etc. I remember that.
What's your oldest memory?
Well, funny enough, John, my oldest memory, genuinely, is I remember as a little kid being weighed in like a little weighing scale in the maternity hospital in Barry, where I'm from.
Lovely.
People think I make that up because I would only have been about 6 months old and say, you don't remember anything before you're 3. Well, to those people, I say, fuck off, because I can remember being measured and weighed.
Yeah.
As a young child.
I remember sitting on
I could see it clear as day. Green enamel weighing scale, and I was being placed in like a bowl contraption on the weighing scale. I can see it. I asked my mother in later years, did that happen? She said, yes, it did. And how would I know that, John?
Because of your mind. Because of your mind.
I don't remember anything then until probably being 3 years of age. Me and Christian Burge being naughty in nursery school.
What'd you do? Get off with each other or something?
Yeah. No, we left a couple of car bombs around Barry.
I remember sitting on a toilet seat that had been closed after having a shower and farting. It was really loud. And then when I looked down, there was loads of water had come out my bum.
Yeah. Amazing little things sticking in mind, isn't it?
Oh, that's great. Little things that stick in your ring piece.
Yeah, well, big things, whatever.
Any other memories?
What's the biggest thing that's ever come out of your ass?
Good question. But I know exactly what it is. I went to South Africa for my mate's wedding. Probably over 10 years ago now. And,
Nelson Mandela came out, did he? Well, I mean, what?
No.
FW de Klerk popped out your anus.
I'd been on a long haul flight. Everything had been compressed, and I had to, when we arrived at the place, I had to go to the toilet. And let's just say I was in that toilet for about 45 minutes trying to work out this mass. It was very big.
We can work it out. We can work it out.
Tried to get it out. I got it all out.
Never push, mate. Never push.
It was the size of my arm. It was the size of my arm. I then left it after cleaning up and wiping, thinking that's it, it's over, the ordeal's done. About 40 minutes later, loads of people in this room started looking towards me with a look of disgust. Absolute disgust. And they're like, you are horrible. I was like, what are you talking about? And someone marched me, they frog marched me to the said, look at this. And it was so big, it hadn't flushed it. It just stayed there and moved.
Well, when you check it, of course you check with a big one like that.
When you've been there for 45 minutes, you just want to get the hell out, you know. And obviously their system over there at plumbing was nowhere near as good as the system over here.
No. Greece is the place. God, you'd have been a social pariah in Greece. Because you can't
over there, is it?
You can't even put paper down the toilets in Greece.
What are you supposed to do with it? Eat it?
Put it in the bin by the toilet.
Oh, on a hot day, surely that's...
You got to, honest to God, if you go somewhere like Rhodes or bloody one of the Greek islands, you've got to, because there's all volcanic rock, I suppose, you've got to wipe your ass.
With a bit of volcanic rock?
No, you've got to put the used paper in the bin.
Jesus Christ, that's
true.
Disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
I went to Thailand.
And they call themselves an ancient civilization.
Well,
fucking idiots.
I went to Thailand.
The cradle of democracy. They can't even fucking flush bog paper down the loo.
A cradle of filth, mate.
A cradle of filth is exactly right.
I went on holiday to Thailand, and they got.
If you are Greek, I do apologise.
I do as well, because they're lovely.
But you started it.
Yeah, Sort your toilets out.
Yeah.
I was in Thailand. They got those
Disgusting
bum
pigs.
guns. You know those hose pipes that are next to the toilet that you have to plug into your anus to wash
Oh,
the
good.
dirt out. So I get there and I think, okay, I've got the option of using the bum gun to clean the anus. Brilliant. It's a bit of a novelty. I don't think I'll do it because I'd rather stick with a bit of paper.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Mostly.
I dropped off the dirt and I'm sort of there.
I want to get a euphemism. Not drop the kids off the pool. I dropped off the dirt. Right. Okay.
I dropped off the dirt.
That doesn't sound any better than having a shit, to be honest.
No, it's what I did.
You had a shit.
And I grabbed the paper, started wiping, and I looked across at the bum gun. I thought, all right, there's a bum gun. I'll go on, I'll give it a go. I've got rid of most of the clag. We do
talk an awful lot about shit and clag on this podcast, for a paranormal podcast, don't we?
It's yes.
It's like a scatological dream come true.
To cut a long story short, I picked up the bum gun, looked at it, pulled the trigger, didn't realize it was facing the wrong way, and the bum gun then fired.
You did not do that.
Directly fired into my mouth, and it was everything went into the everything went into the mouth. I had to jump off the toilet and put a towel in my mouth, and I was terrified. I was terrified. I was terrified. Oh God, I was terrified I was going to get food poisoning, but luckily for me, it was all right. Oh,
if you eat your own, it's okay.
This remembering things special is brilliant. I think this is one of the best. This is one of the best.
It's spooky. It's like the X-Files, isn't it?
Oh,
it's really
what
good.
stuff? I mean, what else can you can just? There's so much you can remember.
High production. Well, this is the direction the podcast should maybe go in.
Yeah.
You know, Mike and John remember stuff. I mean, we've got carte blanche then, haven't we?
I mean, this is. I mean, I'm thinking about not even going into the world of the paranormal today, and if I do, it'll be a very short.
Have a quick delve, isn't it?
Yeah, the last 3 minutes. In fact, I reckon we're probably going to cut off in about 15, 20 minutes. I might just keep remembering stuff and then just drop that bit of paranormal stuff in at the very end.
I reckon we drop it in now, and then we remember stuff afterwards.
All right, then
it might trigger our memory.
All right, then. Yeah, let's see what memories we can get out of this. Unresolved. What caused the Atlanta Bloodhouse's mysterious mess? What do you think of that as a headline?
I don't know yet, do I?
Okay. The house located at 114 Fountain Drive in Atlanta, Georgia, is a small and cozy. Built in 1945, it's made of brick and has 3 bedrooms. Current records state there are 7 rooms in total, but in 1987 there were 6. And one evening in September of that year, nearly all of those rooms, plus the halls and the basement, suddenly inexplicably became covered in blood, human blood. So much of it, the house for a time was known as the Blood House at Fountain Drive. Mike, what do you think of that?
Well, it wouldn't be known. I mean, it wouldn't even be called that. But you just know it's the Blood House. There's not other blood houses. I'm going to mention the Fountain Drive bit.
That's true. So they fucked that up for a start.
Well, they actually fucked it from the start.
Yeah, fucking idiots.
Clowns.
For clown shoes, mate. Fucking clown shoes. Here's the weirdest part, Mike. There was no identifiable source of the blood. It wasn't the result of a gory crime or of a terrible accident or anything of the sort. And to this day, the cause of the blood house at Fountain Drive, or the cause of the blood house, has never been explained.
Yeah.
In the fall of 1987, 114...
Can you just say the autumn, please?
Yeah, all right. Yes, sorry. I let myself go.
Thank you.
Sorry. In autumn 1987...
This is a British podcast.
Yeah, and it will stay British. You know, this
proudly
is
British.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I want this country.
I want this to be wrapped in the Union Jack.
Yeah.
And to stand on top of the White Cliffs of Dover.
Yeah.
Screaming at the top of our lungs. This is the British podcast.
Yeah, we might have shot ourselves in the foot with Brexit, but we're enjoying this in a way.
And even if the Union Jack has got nothing to do with Wales or the Welsh.
Yeah. Makes it even more British, though, doesn't it?
That makes it more British.
Autumn 1987, Fountain Drive was occupied by William and Minnie Clyde Winston, who'd lived there for more than 2 decades. Neither of them was, as the saying goes, a spring chicken. William was 79, Minnie 77. They'd raised 3 children, all adults by the time of the incident. William, or Willie as he was more commonly known, was in poor health, with Minnie providing much of his caregiving. His kidneys were bad and he underwent dialysis regularly. On the evening of September the 8th, a Tuesday, Minnie stepped into the bath for a long soak, much in need of some time to relax and unwind. But when she emerged from the tub at around 11:30 p.m, she felt something wet underfoot. Not water, it was slicker and stickier. When she looked down,
Right.
She saw it was red and seemingly spraying through the bathroom's tiled floor like a sprinkler, as she later described to the press. But that wasn't all. Upon further investigation, Minnie and Willie found that the red substance wasn't limited to the bathroom. It seemed, everywhere, in the hallways, in the kitchen, in the living room, in one of the bedrooms, in the basement, and in the house's crawl space. It was on the floors and on the walls. And it looked horrifyingly like blood. Blood for which there was no source.
Blood, blood, glorious blood. There's nothing quite like it, including the blood. Well, it's mud, isn't it?
It is, but that's good.
Yeah.
Also, there's what about food, blood, glorious blood?
Baked, roasted, or pickled. Yeah.
Blood
Now
for
we're in the mood, our palates are tickled. Just thinking of blood like this, our mouths are fucking drooling. This is just something blood. It's pooling. Blood, glorious blood, wonderful blood.
Blood.
Oh God, I'm tired. Are you tired?
I'm so tired of life.
Do you remember when you were so tired?
Oh, again, great to remember things.
Yes.
No crime had been committed in the house and nobody or remains were present within it. The house appeared to be bleeding. The couple called 911, who dispatched both police and EMTs. The couple called 911. The EMTs could find nothing to treat. Neither of the Winstons was injured, so the substance...
What's EMT stand for?
Ear, mouth, tits.
Yeah.
They'll look at those three parts of your body are what they'll look at in the case.
Well, you can basically tell everything from those three parts.
Yeah, America's highest injury rate occurs either to the ear, the mouth, or the tits. It's just the nature of American medical issues. They spend a lot of time,
They go to the ER then, don't they?
Yeah, which is the ear and REM, where they get the thick kids from school to look into you.
Yeah. So something about this pod is it's politically correct, which is good.
Oh, massively so. Yeah. And basically, EMTs couldn't find anything, assuming it was what looked like blood. It couldn't have come from anyone. So Willie, according to a September 10th report from the Associated Press, said, "I'm not bleeding. My wife's not bleeding. No one else was here."
Down on the corner, out in the streets, Willie and the poor boys are playing. Bring a nickel, stamp your feet.
No, is that ding, 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 ding,
yeah.
Ding. Good.
Yeah.
Good. You remembered that, you see?
I have remembered. Just remember then.
Good lad.
Creedence Clearwater Revival, Down on the Corner.
Lad. Classic. Absolute classic.
In brackets, Willie and the poor boys.
Willie and the poor boys.
Yeah. Well, maybe the poor boys should have stayed in school and not fucking bust, and they wouldn't have been poor.
Yeah.
They're a proper job.
Yeah. Idiots.
I'm not being judgmental, but
No, but it just makes sense, doesn't it? Probably drug dealers now. There was no explanation for the drugs. The Winstons said they'd locked their doors and set the security alarm at 9:30, at which time the house was clean. Between then and when Minnie made the discovery 2 hours later, the alarm hadn't been tripped, nor was there any evidence that an intruder had gained entry. Wherever the mess had come from, it was unlikely it had been put there by someone else. Now, this is where it gets weird, Mike. Samples of the substance were taken off and sent to the state crime lab.
Right.
The results came back. It was blood. And it was human in origin.
Right.
Before you ask, no, it wasn't a result of one of Willie Winston's dialysis equipment pieces malfunctioning. Indeed, the lab test also confirmed Willie's insistence that the blood was neither his nor his wife's. The results identified the blood type of the stuff found on the walls of 1114 Fountain Drive as type O, but both Winstons had type A blood. Reports didn't specify whether any of the samples were positive or negative, but the difference in letter type alone,
probably.
Yeah, it's a typo, is conclusive. The blood in the house not only wasn't the Winstons, it could not possibly have been.
This podcast, then, do you just read stuff?
I just find stuff 5 to 10 minutes beforehand and
you just literally just read it. Then?
Just read it. Just read it.
And you don't read it well. I mean, you
it's
quite a few words wrong as well.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is typos, but
yeah, but some of it is just you get glasses on or whatever. Right?
Getting it wrong. I mean, it goes on.
I'm sure it does.
Blood kept coming out. they're, it was just blood. They thought it was a hoax. It went on.
Shit hoax.
I mean, should we just talk about remembering stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. Right, whatever things you remember. Here you got golden syrup, picture of a lion on the front with some flies around his head.
Yeah.
That's good.
Do you remember when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Ice cubes were like a delicacy.
Yes.
Your mum and dad would have like an ice cube tray, and in the freezer with maybe 12 ice cubes in it.
Yes.
So you bring your mixer and you'd have to have like one ice cube per glass.
Classic.
Max.
Yeah. Lovely.
But then you have to fill them up again, and then you have to wait like 8 hours for the next ice cubes.
I've just remembered something.
I remember that just now.
Do you want to hear my memory?
Yeah, go on.
It's a good Frank Spencer on roller skates on the back of a bus.
Did his own stunts.
Classic.
Did his own stunts. People have been loving that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Good.
some others do have them, of course.
Classic.
Michael Crawford, who I just remembered, went on to play Phantom in Phantom Opera.
Yes. Now, I now leading on to that reminds me of the time that Michael Crawford appeared on Saturday Morning Kids TV, and two kids who I think they had some sort of.
They were naughty kids.
No, they weren't naughty kids. They were disabled kids. And
Okay. Maybe they were naughty and disabled.
I think they were very well behaved, because I remember this, and this is a great memory. They did a rendition of what's that song he did that got into the charts from
The Phantom of the Opera is there inside your mind. That one.
But there was another one he did. There was another song as well, not quite as good.
Oh yeah, hang on a minute. Not Love Changes Everything. Yeah, what was it? Love Changes. No, that one. It wasn't that one. It was. Slowly,
Yes,
softly.
you remembered. Yeah.
Something which you want. The music of the night.
That's the one. And two kids, disabled kids, did a rendition of it, and he was so impressed, and he loved it so much he cried. That's something I've remembered. That's something I've remembered.
I think they say accused them both.
No, it wasn't that good.
No, that was. I just remember that was Jesus actually.
What about? Here's a good one. Just remember the film Scum, when a kid gets 2 snooker balls in a sock, and he goes up to the other kid and he says, "I'm the daddy now," and then he smashes him across the face with the 2 snooker balls. That's good. What else have I remembered?
I'm reading the lyrics here for Music of the Night. I can't
go on.
work it out. It doesn't make any sense.
Just sing it anyway.
The Phantom of the Opera is there inside my mind. This is a different one. See, this is sing once again with me, our strange duet. My power over you grows stronger yet. And though you turn from me to glance behind, the Phantom of the Opera is there inside your mind. But that's not that. I'm looking for that's not the one I'm looking for, is it?
What were you? You're looking for the.
What's that one called? The musical. Year it is.
I love. I gotta say before, I love remembering.
Look, I just remember that.
Do we just end? Should we just end? Yeah. Well,
I'm
Mike,
already home, to be fair.
you okay? I could just get into bed now. Should we just before we go, Tom? Is it smash the like button?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Smash that like button.
We got a MySpace page.
Twitter. What's Twitter, Mike? At Demon Seed Pod.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah. And tell any paranormal friends as well. If they're into the paranormal, this is the place to be.
Yeah. And again, or if you've got mates who remember things.
Yeah.
You know,
anyone who's remembered. If you or anybody you know have ever remembered anything.
Yeah. Anything.
It hasn't got to be paranormal, just anything.
I mean, very quickly before we go, I remember going on a school trip to Chepstow Castle and getting a novelty rubber or eraser with a picture of Chepstow Castle on the front in red. And it said,
I remember going to Bristol Zoo.
Yeah.
On a school trip.
Yeah.
And being a good kid, I always used my money that mum and dad gave me to buy presents for my mum and dad and my sister.
Right.
Can't remember what I bought my sister or my mum, but I remember I bought my dad a little miniature, like a pint glass, but with a tankard with a handle, not like a straight glass.
Yeah.
With some scroll work on it. Only about 2 inches tall.
Yeah.
And it was one of those ones you get with a name on it, the person's name. But I couldn't find any with Robert on it, which is my dad's name, or Bob, which is his nickname.
Yeah.
So I got him a glass with his middle name on it of John. I wish I kept that fucking glass.
I very
I just remember that.
The demon seed.
Walcott, you must be mistaken.
Come on down here and help with this.
Demons.
Paranormal existence.
You mean to say you came here purposely?
The first move in the great conspiracy had been made.